Okay, so I managed to determine that the D drive is bad. So I'm taking it out and I'm going to scan it, see if I can fix it on the Linux machine. So, sorry, I've got my scarf on. Well, it's because of this blepharitis. I've been trying to keep my temperature up. Let's see if I can get this out. Well, that's one thing about this old machine that it's got in its favour. Easy access. So, what is going on with it? Let me turn the light on. So turn this camera around. So this particular drive, yeah, no surprises there. Western Digital, they've got a bit of a bad reputation. Look at the date. 1999. So I'm going to see if I can repair it on the other machine. If not, oh yeah, how many gigs is it? I've forgotten. Can't see where. It's on here somewhere. Oh, found it. 3758.2 megabyte. What's that? 30,000, 30 gig. So it's about 30 gig, I think. No, 31 gig, more or less. So we're gonna find out. It's a bloody dinosaur, this thing. I'm gonna see if I can at least recover it enough to retrieve my data from it, because I've got an Aconix secure zone on there, which got another backup on it. So I don't know if I can recover it, but I'm gonna try. I messed up the scan. I moved the window size and I got a lot of crap on there, but it's only because of the. But basically, it's got no errors. It says this other drive I was testing has got no errors, no bad blocks. So I can't understand why I retired it. Anyway, let me clear the screen. I think it's CS. No, it's CL. Oh God, how do you clear the damn screen? Is it CLS? No, it's not. What the hell? I've forgotten the command for clear screen. Well, it's different on Linux than it is on Windows, so I'm trying to remember. Is it capital L? Sorry, capital CS? Huh. Oh, maybe it's sudo clear screen. Anyway, no worries. I'll just open another terminal window. So I've got to. Oh, that just not even mounted, is it? So I can just. I need to see what's going on with this other drive. So I'm going to pause a minute. Let's zoom you back out again. I need to pop the other drive in. Well, I found out one problem, which might have something to do with it. The motor doesn't power up every time. I had to shake it, you know, like twist to get the motor to spin, and I was able to get it to work. So basically, what I suspect is going on is the motor's not running at the right speed. And because of that, it's causing data corruption. Something's going on. The speed's been fluctuating on it. Anyway, I hope it hasn't mounted it. Oh, it has. Has it? No, it hasn't. That's my folder. Alright, so I'm going to get my G-Party tool up. I'm going to see if I can somehow clone it or something. I don't know if I've got a disc to put it on, but it is. Hang on, let me find the disc. I'm not on the right one yet. Which one is it? That must be that one. Yeah, that's the one. Page file. So it's a 500 gig. So I don't know if I've got anywhere to put the data, but there's a secure zone in there, which is hidden, which is going to be a bit of a problem because that's where my backup is, in the secure zone. That's the white area. I think it's that area. But let's see. So it's SDE, right? So let's the other disk checked out okay, by the way. So let me copy my command. Let's change that to SDE. Let's run that command. By the way, this command is read only, so it doesn't write any data, it just reads. So SDE, save that, minimize that, and I'm gonna where is it, my G-Party, I'm going to check it with this first, and then I'm going to do the command, the manual command. So I'm going to check this with this first. So check disk, see what this finds, apply. Right, it's going to see if it'll repair anything first. So it's definitely not the computer itself. I've already ruled that out because when I plug this in, it wouldn't power up. It wouldn't spin. So I had to check it to get it to spin. So it definitely is the drive. And also the computer powered up really fast without this drive in it. So it was definitely this drive that was slowing it down. I'm going to get my food because I warmed some food up and I forgot. I'm going to pause while it's doing this. Okay, so it didn't find any problems. So I'm just going to eat my, I've got pastry thingy. Oh, I'm doing it again, aren't I? Other people on YouTube, I hate it when they show food. I'm not showing you me eating it though, so that's one of my, I've got no ketchup. I'm trying to get ketchup out of this little bottle. Oh, I can't believe it's empty. Right, I'm going to pause again. So I went in the kitchen, took the lid off the ketchup bottle and did the old slingaroo. Got some on my flipping jumper as well. It went everywhere. Oh, well, it's the easiest way to get it out when it's nearly empty. Anyway, yeah, so that didn't tell me a lot. I'm pretty sure it's just the motor that's failing. So there's a good chance the data is going to be recoverable. So where do I put the data if I do? So let me see. If I can clone it, create an image. Hang on, do I have any space? Oh God, I don't know. It's harder to see what. let's see. Oh, I've got 89.1 gigabytes available on my SSD. So I could copy it to the SSD in a folder, well, the drive as an image, and then migrate that image across to another hard disk. Because I don't know, I don't think I can, that drive caddy doesn't support two hard disks at the same time. Well, it does, it supports IDE and a SATA, but it doesn't support two IDEs. So I'd like to clone it directly, but so what I'm going to have to do is, oh, what I can do is create an image of it, a compressed image. Macro Reflect, well, I'd have to do that in XP. Yeah, that might work. Right, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. The only thing is I haven't got much room on in XP, on the drives on XP. Anyway, I'm going to have a think about this. Okay, so I'm trying to run this command on this bad drive, and I keep getting trying to determine device size, and it basically says bad box permission denied. Oh, so that appears to be a problem with the drive. I can't, well, that's strange, because I thought I'd just been on the drive and I was looking at a video, right? Well, let's try files again. So if we go back to files, open that drive again. The drive appears to be there. I can see files. Right, I'm actually on the drive. I'm pretty sure I am. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right one. So let's click on properties. So here it says so this is the 500 gigabyte drive, yeah, because total capacity 500 gigabyte, right? And it's checking the file set, the size, how many contents and stuff, and that's the right one. Last modified 31st of March 2024. That's because I had the machine booted up. Created Thursday 7th of January 2016. So yeah, that is definitely the right drive, because the other drives on my main machine, they're a lot newer than that. Let's look at permissions. Others, read only. Well, we'll change that to read and write, because the drive is in a bad state, so we need to be able to fix it. Right, so let's go back to basic. I can change others back to read only. I have a suspicion that could be the Acronix secure zone, that's basically marked it as read only, because it's to protect itself, but it's not much good at the moment since I can't get the damn thing to work, isn't it? So I've got a, oh there, I've got a squirrely thing. Anyway, I'm going to pause while I'm figuring this out. Well, the squirrely thing has gone. Right, let's try closing that. Let's unmount it. Unmount. Let's see, I need to get we need to do this command again. What the hell? Still permission denied. Let's try SDE1. Oh, still not. Because SDE1 is the other partition. But SDE is the whole drive. This means there is definitely something wrong somewhere. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to boot into Windows and see if I have any better luck in there. I don't want to shut the thing down because it might not start up again, so it's not mounted right now, so I can just unplug it and I'll start into the other system. Otherwise it'll try to boot from it or something, but it's not bootable anyway. But... Right, I'll unplug. I'm going to reboot to see if I can figure out what's going on. It's in a drive caddy, so USB, so I was able to check the other drive though, the previous drive, without any problems, so there's definitely something wrong with this one. I was just hoping it's not a virus. It can't be a virus though. The only thing I can do is boot from the CD, the antivirus CD, and check it and see if that has access to it, because see if it gets access denied. There was some weird message on the boot CD. I got the Kaspersky Rescue Disk, which is KRD for short, and I ran it and it said that your computer is in hibernation. So it thinks that the drive is in hibernation or something. It was safer to unplug it from the computer while I'm booting up, because I didn't want to risk, if there is a virus, I certainly don't want it to jump to the computer, and it's less likely to do that if it's not plugged in. So I don't think it's a virus though. It can't, because that machine's not been on the internet in the bedroom. It's blocked. Anyway, I'm just gonna pause. Okay, I'm gonna plug in that drive. And let's see. What drive letter has it got? Hasn't got a drive letter yet. It's going to reflect. No, not reflect. Mini tool. It won't need a drive letter, I don't think. Right, let's find it. See what this can tell us. I've actually got 2 page files. I've got my other disk. which is page. I hope it's not getting confused. Or am I not even reading it? Let's have a look in. Manage. I'm pausing again for. Oh, shouldn't take long actually. Right, see if I can see it in here. No, that is the wrong page. It's looking at my. Oh, it can't be looking at my computer disk. It doesn't appear to be showing. So that's why I was getting confused on Linux, because I couldn't see the drive letters in the familiar layout. But it appears to be that page is not the one I was looking for. It's not the drone I'm looking for. So that disk is not being seen at all. Is that it? And it says no media. No, can't be. No, that's the other. I've got a bunch of virtual CDs, by the way. These are all virtual. Most of them are virtual. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one are all virtual. Oh, no, that's not it. That's a CD. That's a CD. That's a CD. Oh, God, it's not showing up.
Batch completed successfully.
What do we do now? Well, yeah, that's the same drive I'm looking at on Linux, and I'm looking at my other drive, I think. Good thing I didn't delete it. Ooh, that would have been bad. I would have deleted the wrong one. So the other drive is called page as well, you see. That's why I'm getting confused. Because it's where I put the page file on and all the temporary stuff. I'm going to pause because I'm trying to figure this out. I know I can try reinitializing it. Anyway, I'm pausing while I do that. I'm going to try switching it off and switching it back on again and see if it reinitializes, because it could be that the circuit board on the actual drive has gone bad. I think I know why it's not being detected, and the reason is the jumper's on slave and it needs to be on master. So that could be why it's not being detected. So put it on master. You don't do this on SATAs, do you? So it's on master now. Now I should be able to see it. Right. That's probably why I won't see it. So it was on slave. Right. And guess what? It won't start up again. So let's see. Watch what I have to do to get the damn thing to start up. I've unplugged it from the computer. Alright, now it starts up. Right. Right, we'll see if we can Let's see if we can see it now. Freaking thing. I've got to restart this software or refresh or something. Reload disk. Oh no, it's reloading that disk. I'm just going to restart the damn software. Right, try again. I might go back on Linux to do my little repairs if necessary, because Windows is not as good as it. I came on here because it looks more familiar to me. Only because have we got it showing up yet? No, we haven't. It's not showing up. That's why we're having problems with it, because these are all my other discs. Let's see. Well, that's no good. I wonder why I didn't hear any disk activity when I was navigating on it and looking at videos and stuff. I couldn't see the red light coming on at all. It's like it's not been seen whatsoever. I'm just gonna eject that disk. And I'm going to try plugging it back in again. Switching it back off and on. Is it going to show up now? Let's check in manage first. Nope. Alright, let's try another jumper setting. Hang on. Right, let's zoom you out. So the foam stuff is just to stop noise. These old drives are very clanky, and so let me see. Single, master in the middle, slave, I think it's the board, the circuit board. There's a problem with the chip on the board itself, I think, by the looks of it. Could be a bad capacitor or something, but yeah, I'm not going to start taking the damn drive apart. It's a specialised job, and I don't have the time or the patience, to be honest with you. It's not worth it. I mean, I have a backup image on it, which is a shame. I should have put that image on a Blu-ray disc. I really should have done. But yeah, you learn, don't you? Sometimes you should have. The whole point of this was to back up stuff. And the backup failed. So let's see. Did I put this jumper in right? Oh, you probably can't see what I'm doing. I don't know if you can or not, but right. So this jumper is definitely in right. Did I bend any pins? When I plugged it in, no. I might have to red dot where it goes for that other machine. It's for slave. But it's a weird thing because it worked once or twice. It actually worked, and then it stopped working, and it worked, and it stopped working. It's like an intermittent fault, but I don't see how, because the solder connections look fine on it. It's not like it's been knocked around or anything. It hasn't. All I want to do is get it working and get the data off it. I just need to get the data off it to do make a backup image. While I'm actually on the computer, I'm gonna see I don't think I've got 80 gigs spare. Let me see where I could stick an image. Backup image of it. I haven't got space anywhere. I've been archiving some stuff from backup, but I filled it back up again with backups. Yeah, backup images of backups and all that. Yeah. The only way I can do this is to go into the Linux drive, because I can't access Linux drives from here, and somehow make a backup image that way. I'm going to plug it back in again. Just try again. Oh, dear me. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of power cycle problem with it, because you have to power it off, power it on, power it off. Wait to come up. It's detecting the device, but it's not detecting the drive. I mean, it's detecting the actual interface. Hang on a minute. Did I leave something in the other drive thingy? Because that can interfere with it. Just a minute, let's have a look. Nope, there's just one drive in there. It's just if that drive caddy, if you leave two disks in at the same time in two partitions, it conflicts and it won't recognise the drive. But it's definitely not that. No, not working. Okie dokie. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give up on that drive, because it's obviously not readable. I'm going to plug in that other drive that I could stick in the machine and test it. Well, this other drive, which I haven't tested yet, for ages and ages and ages, I could hear the drive move, the heads move on it. The other one, absolutely nada, the heads don't move. So this one, it's found this drive. So let's check. Manage. Disk management. We should see this one show up, because this one, there it is. It's not as big though. Oh yeah, it's 80 gig. So it's got data 1, free space in between, and documents queue. Unallocated 2.10 gig. So that one shows up, and it's a 90 gig drive. So it says it's online, so that's good. But it's got problems. But I'm going to have to use one of these old drives for that other bedroom machine. At least they work. I need to basically isolate any bad blocks that are on there. Oh, that's another point. There it is, documents queue. Oh, there's nothing in there. Ah, I must have wiped it. Did I wipe? That's done it, is it? That's the other one. Oh, there's data J and data P. It gets confusing when you've got, so data J is blank. I wiped it, didn't I? Data P is my other hard drive. So yeah, this is what gets confusing. I'm going to reallocate. I'm going to change the drive letters on it because it's really confusing. I don't know what's what. So I'll go down here, change the drive letter for that, change it to something I know what it is, put it to X, change that to Y, and that's it. That's unallocated and that's free space. So I'll change that other disk to X and Y so I know where they are, because otherwise I'm just getting confused. Right, let's go back. Go to X, down here, and it's blank. There's nothing on it. Oh, that's Y. Where's X? Oh shit! I've got a mapped. Oh, I couldn't map that. Hang on. I've got a share on it. Oops. Oh, damn it. Alright, I'm going to change that drive from Y, because it's got a share on it. I hate it when shares show up as free drive letters when they're not. I'll change that. Change drive letter again to Z. Right, so that's Z, and that's Y. Documents is Y. Right, we should be all right now. Let's check. Right, there we are. Z is documents. Because that share was on Y, look, it's not connected to anything because that machine's turned off. Oh shit, I forgot, I shouldn't have clicked it. It's going to time out after a few minutes. There we go. I know, at least it was quick. So Y, I wiped the drive, so there's nothing on it. So that's good news, really, because it means I don't have to worry about what data's on it and what. Yeah, because I obviously moved the data to a new drive to use. So let's check the smart status for that drive. Yeah, it's got caution on it. That's why I retired it. Reallocated sectors on that. But it's better than what's in there at the moment, the one that doesn't work at all, isn't it? So it looks like I can use it for that bedroom computer. It's just it's high risk, basically. It says caution. It doesn't mean dead. It just means caution. You know, like when you're driving in fog. All right, so I'll just stick that in the bedroom machine and we should be okay. And eventually, if I can get that other drive to, actually, while I'm here, I might as well just format the damn thing the way I want it, because it's blank anyway. I need to if I'd known I had 80 gigabytes of data storage available to me, I would have used it for some right, them drive letters are going to disappear when I delete this partition. That could have bad blocks in it though. Let's check. Surface test. I bet you it's got bad blocks in it. That's probably why I put those partitions separate. Anyway, I'm going to pause while it does this. Oh yeah, just one thing I forgot to mention. The reason I made unallocated areas on the disk where it says unallocated, it's, I think I don't know if I said, well, usually I partition out the bad areas so they're in unallocated space. So I can't really format the whole drive. Oh, look, it's got stuck. So there's a bad block. There's a bad area of the disk, right? It's got stuck right there. There it is, bad block. So I'm going to have to repartition this drive to isolate that bad block, basically, because unless Linux can fix it. So I'm going to go into Linux and see if Linux can actually fix that disk by making them unusable. Well, it makes it so you can't write to them. It makes the blocks, it basically assigns some kind of flag to the block which says occupied or do not use, or it makes it so that you can't accidentally store data on it and then lose the data. That's usually how it works, I think. So, as I said, that area is in unallocated, so that block is already isolated, right? So that block is not in usable area anyway. Let's check this one, service test. Start, shouldn't take long, it's 2.1 gig. So there's probably bad blocks in here as well. So it's definitely got some use left in it, because I've isolated quite a large area of the disk. There's 2.1 gigabytes of area of space that's not been used, where the bad blocks were appearing. I'm going to have to do what's called a random seek test on this disk, which stresses it out quite a lot, and it makes up any bad areas show up. Ah, it's got stuck again. Look, see, another area of disk that's been isolated, which I isolated before. So that's another unallocated area. And obviously I wiped it for some reason. I think I wiped it simply because I didn't want to be going back on there. But I kept the drive just in case I needed it, and now I need it now. It's a rainy day. So I'm going to end this video because it's 44 minutes long, and I might as well start another video if I've got any more updates. But what the plan is, the drive that's failed, I noticed it came back to life briefly when the old computer that it was in warmed up and got hot. So what I'm going to try is warming it up, sticking it on the radiator or somewhere on the hot plate just to get it warmed up, right? Get it heated up, plug it in, and see if it'll come back to life. And if the heat, some of these faults are thermally related due to capacitors drying out. And if it is thermally related, if I can get the damn thing to work, what I would like to do is clone it across to this other drive, but I can't do that because they're bad blocks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Linux and see if Linux can actually mark those bad blocks as bad, and then copy the image over, and it shouldn't use those blocks. Or I'll just copy the partitions across manually without actually cloning it. That way I could at least have the data on there. But it's the secure zone I really want to get, the Econis secure zone, because it's got to back up that operating system on there. If I can get that back, that's all I'm bothered about really. It's just the secure zone. I just want to retrieve that, get it back on the hard drive, even if it's in a different location. It doesn't matter because it's an archive. So that's what the plan is, and I'm not going to bore you with all the processes of doing it all because it's going to take me hours. Knowing me, it'll take me days probably. But so anyway, that's what I want to do. And this, as you can see, I'm scanning the main partition right now, the primary one, and it's a lot bigger, so it's going to take a long time to scan it. And so I've got to swap between Windows and Linux, Zorinos. I've got to keep jumping backwards and forwards. I'm going to go into Zorin and see if it can fix this and mark them blocks, and then see if I can get that other drive to at least come back to life long enough to get the data off it. So I've got this old mechanic. This is the drive out of the old computer, this Western Digital drive. It's 31 gig. It's from 1999 in my caddy. And basically the problem is when you switch it on, can't get my focus, damn camera. When you switch it on, it won't spin up. So you switch it off and back on again quickly, and then it spins up. You hear the heads move a bit, but it does not show up in Linux. I've set it to master. So if I switch this on now, right, go to the back, get my finger on the button, watch the light. I heard a beep on the Linux. Switch it off, back on. Now it spins up. It spins up, but nada, nothing. There's no drive activity. And there's no window popping up to show me the disk has been mounted at all. Right, so that's the problem with it. So what could be going on with it? I cleaned the contacts on the circuit board, by the way. There's 4 gold plated contacts between the hard drive, the internal part that's sealed, and the circuit board. I cleaned them up with alcohol. Didn't do any good. No difference. Okay, so this hard drive that fails on the bedroom computer. I'll just move my chocolate bar out of temptation. I've just been eating some chocolate buttons. So my eyes are so bad I can't see much. So what I'm going to have to do is use my phone to zoom right in. Basically, I'm going to see if I can find if there's a diode that's gone on it or a fusible resistor, but I don't see much hope for this drive because let's face it, it's from 1999. It's probably just probably just had its day. But I just thought, well, if there's a chance, I mean, I managed to recover the bedroom computer. I managed to get it working again with a different hard drive. But there's some data on this, nothing important, but there's a backup that I would really like to recover. The backup is of the boot drive. I just need to get a magnet on here for my screws. God, they don't stick very well. No, I think they're stainless, which is kind of typical. So I had this, I took the board out earlier actually, and I cleaned the contacts on the, you know what, I'm going to stick the screws in here. I'm going to stick the screws in this box because they're not sticking to that magnet very well. And I'll lose them. I don't want to lose them. Yeah, I think there's a reason why they use stainless steel screws. It's because they're not magnetic and they don't interfere with the drive. So what I'm just going to do is check the diodes and the see if there's a fusible resistor that's gone on here, but I don't think there is one. I'm not sure. I couldn't see because my eyes are so bad. Oh shit! Pull the end out. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this board just this thing's in the way now. This board just pops out. Can get my fingernail underneath. Yeah, it unplugs. There we go. Right, so that comes out. It was stuck to the foam earlier. I cleaned those gold contacts down there. There's also some gold contacts there, and I cleaned them up with a Q-tip and some alcohol. I'm not sure if the drive itself is bad. The heads might be bad, but we don't know. You can't really tell. Because you can't open them up without destroying the data anyway. So all I can do now is use my phone, because I don't have a microscope, and if I can just have to lift it up a bit, because if I get too close with it, it knocks the focus out. So I'm going to zoom right in as close as I can. Right, that's all I can do. And I'm just going to move the board around to see if I can find a fuse or something that might have blown. Most of these are resistors. There's usually a diode somewhere around. Well, it might be a capacitor that's gone bad, but I don't have any parts, you see, for these. I tell a lie, I've got one board or another hard drive, but I have another hard drive, but it's no good because that other hard drive is different type, different model and everything, so the values are probably wrong. The reason why I'm moving the board and not the phone is because it's less shaky, and plus it helps the focus not to move the phone around. So it might help if I turn it the right way up. Right, there's usually a diode near the power socket, and that should be over here, but I doubt if that's going to be the issue. Now that is that big yellow thing, orange thing there. Actually, it looks like it's pretty big. That's a capacitor. If I use my screwdriver, you can see how massive it looks, but that's how because everything's so freaking tiny, but my screwdriver is massive, and I'm zooming right in, but everything's so freaking small you can't see it when you're looking at it. Right, so that little component that's down there, that could be a diode. Can't tell. The focus isn't that good. That is a resistor. I want something smaller. Let's use my drill. So that is, I don't know what that is, this thing here. Can't really see. There's no label for it. It could be a fuse, but I don't think so. It might be. It usually marks if it's a fuse of 0, 0, 0 or 0, just a 0. Let's put my meter on it. I can't even see in real life when I'm looking directly at it. I've got to use my... Okay, that looks like it's got a connection. Let me put it on beat mode. Right, so that... Oh. That appears to be okay. It is a fuse. Right, that's a capacitor. There. It should make a quick beep. One way or the other. It crackled. I can't even read the value. I have to use my watchmaker glasses to read that because I can't see it. Alright, so let's have a look over here. That looks a bit off. I don't know if it's just my phone. Whatever that is, it's not reading out. It could be a diode. I'll have to put it on diode check in a minute. So, oops. Put it back on diode check. I'm getting too old for this. Well, that reads 0.516, so that is okay. If I go the other way around, swap these around, I shouldn't get a reading. It's just a protective diode. Oops. Okay. Oh, we got... Oh, it's charging up a capacitor by the looks of it. Oh, that's weird. I shouldn't be getting anything. I'm getting a 1 volt reading across that. Could that be bad? Because that's not supposed to be conducting that way around. I can't move the phone across there because I'm zoomed right in it. Everything will look really massive. Okay, let me just pause a sec. So I'm moving around from up here down here, and I'm looking, and there's another diode there. That big black thing. Let's see what... I'm getting tangled up here in my wires. Right, is this gone bad? .550, that's okay. What's that thing below it? That's another diode. Nothing that way. 0.223. That is quite low. That must be a Schottky diode. Schottky diodes or germanium diode. But Schottky diodes usually have a lower impedance. Lower DC resistance, that is, on volts. So I don't think that's a problem. It's usually the power diodes that blow. And I am not even going to bother with those things. Do you know how small those things are? That's my finger. That's my... Where's my little finger? There's my little finger. See how tiny them freaking things are? That's why I don't work on this stuff anymore. I don't work on electronics much anymore because everything, it's got so freaking small. Can't see the bloody thing. This is a capacitor. Right. Oh, nothing. I wonder if the capacitor's gone bad. I should, let me put it on 2K range. I got a blip. Should get a blip. Nothing that way. Nothing that way. It's quite possible that we've got a bad capacitor. I should get on my meter, it should blip, especially on 2K range. Let me put my meter here. Oh, you see what I mean, how big it is? You just trust me, I can't get it in the shot. I need to see what I'm doing. Right, so this capacitor could be... I got a blip. It just briefly. I have no idea what the value is. I'm going to have to look at my watchmaker glasses, look at this a lot closer, because I just can't. Oh, there's another diode. Right, there's one down. Right down here. Let's check this diode as well. Go back to diode check. I'm checking the diodes first because they're the most common failures. Right, nothing on the meter. Ooh, nothing. Check my meter's working. Yeah, my meter's working. Ah, we found it. Oh, maybe this diode's open circuit. Ah, does that mean I can fix the bloody thing? Highly possible. So this diode is open circuit. That could explain why this drive's not working. Reverse. This is the wrong way around, by the way. Nothing. Let me go on 2K. Just to prove it, I'll try and get the meter. Let me just put the meter on. Diode. Right. Let's zoom out. Oops. Tangled up again. Zoom out. Oh God, come on, zoom out. Right. Right, there's my meter. Trying to get it in the shot. Right, are you watching the meter? Right, there's the diode, right. And we've got it on diode. Check. Hang on a minute. It's a bit awkward walking around this cramped area. Right, so this is the wrong way. Nothing on the meter. Oh, let me get my arm around the other side. I can't do this. Right. Now, positive at this end. Negative at this end. Nothing. Just to prove it, when I touch my probes, we get a reading. Right. So, the diode! I could fix my hard drive! Oh, yay! Hopefully. Keep my fingers crossed that that's all it is. That would explain why it went intermittent for a period of a few days. It was reading, then it wasn't reading, and it wasn't reading, and it was reading, you know. And so sometimes the computer would boot up and other times it wouldn't, because diodes usually do that when they go open circuit. They normally start to, let's just zoom back in again to that diode. I want to read it if I can. Let's see what it is. Oh God, I've got to hold my hand still. I'm trying to get the, we can just about make the writing out. I want to see that it's upside down. Buzz. I'm trying to read it. It says right there. Get the light just right on it. Buzz. I can't read the bottom. C847. Buzz C847. Well, I don't have one of them diodes. Now, hang on, let's look at this other board I've got. I've got another board, right? I wonder if I've got one on there. This is another hard drive, though. This other hard drive is long since dead. If I can just find a diode on here. As a donor. So this is the only donor board I've got for this, for hard drives. If I can just find a diode on here that'll work. Incidentally, where am I? That is a transistor. That is a transistor. Can't use them. I don't believe it. There isn't a diode on this board. There's got to be a diode on here. Oh, hang on. What's that? Where are we looking? Now my thumb over here. What is that? Is that a diode? No, it's a resistor R30. That's a resistor R30. I think that's 30 ohms. No, that's 0.3 ohms. You can see how small this stuff is. Look how big my hand is. And now you know why I don't like why I don't even attempt to repair hard drives now for a living. Because I can't afford a microscope. They cost thousands. Well, a couple of £1,000 for a microscope, right? Maybe 1,500, I don't know. They're not cheap. I just want one diode. Oh, actually, I've just thought. I have some other scrap stuff lying about. I might be able to find a diode on there. What is that? I'm looking at that thing here. It's too small by the looks of it. That's a capacitor. That's a capacitor. You can tell a capacitor because they're brown. Capacitors are brown. Black components. Actually, black components are usually either diodes or resistors. That's a capacitor there. And there's some funny coloured ones here. It was their resistors. They're blue resistors. The colour usually indicates the tolerance. You wouldn't believe how tiny those things are. You know these things here? These three things here? You could get that one of them things stuck in your fingernail. You'd probably, yeah, it'd be like getting a zit in your fingernail. So that's a transistor, that black thing. That's no good. That board is useless. I can't take anything off there. There is nothing on there I can use. But at least I found a diode open circuit. So there's hope. There's hope. So what's on the other side? Napol. Oh, hang on. There's a capacitor on the other side. So maybe there's a diode on here as well. Let's rotate that around. So that's a capacitor. Those are all those three are capacitors. God, come on, there's got to be a diode somewhere that I can take off and use. I could use a standard diode, maybe. I've got the bigger ones. I could stick a standard diode on and see if that works. Well, I've got nothing to lose. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Alright, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and dig out one of my standard diodes. And they're massive. Well, if I stick that in there, I'll just put it in parallel across the other one instead of taking the other one out, because the other one's got the type number, the number on it, right? Then in the future, if I do come across the right diode, I'll be able to replace it. But I'm just going to bridge another diode over the top of that other one. And this one's dated 2001, so that's why it's so compact. Anyway, pausing. Okay, right. I'm looking at, I currently got my watchmaker glasses on, right? Hang on. Oh, come on, stupid thing. Right, I've got my watchmaker glasses on. I look really, yeah, I look, I look like Doc Brown. And I'm looking at this component at the moment, and guess what it says? It says, I'm making a recording because I want to make a note of it, because I've got to write it down later. It's BUZ C947. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the internet and look it up and see what value it is, how many amps it is. Then I can find an equivalent. I can find an equivalent diode in my stash, maybe, that I can use. So it's BUZ C. That's on the top line. Underneath it says C947. C947. I can't say it because I've got some missing teeth. Yeah. Right. So yeah, that is definitely the fault. Because another one, I'm pretty sure there was another one on here that checked out alright. Yeah, there's two. There's oh, this other one. This other one is BUE C946. That one checked out. BUE C946. That one checked okay. And there was yeah, some of these diodes look a bit cooked. Well, they've got heat stroke. When they've been baked for a while with heat, they tend to look a little bit foggy around the edges where the scorch marks are. It looks like the heat's been, a lot of crap's, because of the heat, the dirt in the atmosphere has been sticking on them and collecting over the years, and they look like they've been in the sun too long, basically. I haven't even got the full magnification. These are my other lenses. Right, so stick that on. Get out of the way, bloody thing. Right, I've got maximum magnification now. Where's the other one? I can't see a damn thing now. Everything's blurry. Right, now let's zoom in on that one with my full magnification. If I can get there, if I can find the damn thing. I can't find it. Oh, it's there. Right. Yeah. I'm upside down. I lost it again. I can even see the model, the make, I think it's SDI, I think. Or is it S71? Okay, this full magnification is hurting my eyes. Anyway, the diode is open circuit. Oh God. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Well, I'm gonna end this video because they end up being an hour long. So you know, the important thing is I found the problem. I just have to find a diode, put it in. I'll do a separate video on that, maybe. At least I'll keep you updated. I'll let you know if it works. Okay, so I found this power supply that's got a diode on it. Right there. So this diode is about the same size, but it's not the same type. The main thing is it's a power supply, which means it can handle current. So I'm going to take a gamble. I mean, this old hard drive, I mean, I'm not going to bother going online and ordering a diode just for this, because let's face it, it's $19.99. Anyway, the diode I need to replace is that one, right? That one there. And if you look, this diode, it's about the same. Where is it? There, about the same size. So it looks like it's a power diode. That's all it is. So I'm pretty sure that this other diode's going to do the job, but I don't know if this diode's any good, because it's. I mean, this power supply was scrapped for a reason. Don't know if it's the diode itself on here is faulty, so I'm gonna have to remove it, because when I check it, I'm getting some weird readings. So I can't read, and it's covered in this white crap. right? This is what they put on to transmit the heat away. Yeah, I'm not going to start picking all that stuff out. I'm just going to take this diode off because this power supply is completely toast. So the way I figure it, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Put some water on my sponge. Took a minute for that to soak in. And I'm going to see if I can, I'll get my soldering switched on and see if we can get that thing off there without destroying it, because all this small stuff, it really gives me a headache. Right, what temperature are we at? 270, I think. Good. I know, I'll go a bit higher. 290. Oh, I hate working on this stuff. Why? Oh, come on, that water, I wish it would soak in. I'm trying to speed things up a bit here. I don't need the sponge right this second though. It's taking a while. It's a wax. When it dries out, it goes waxy. Right. Well, let's see if we can get this diode off here. So I want some flux. Put my soldering down there a minute. Oh, I ain't got my bloody flux set up. Right, get that bung out. Oop, keep forgetting that thing's in there. I want some flux on it to make life a bit quicker, easier. How are we going to do this without blocking the view? Right. We'll see if this works. I could end up destroying the damn thing, but... Oh, I want my solder as well. Where's my freaking solder? I've got to open a new pack. Thanks to Stuart for sending me this ages ago. Finally I need it. That's how little soldering I've done. I haven't done any, really, much. I don't know where to put anything. Right, so I'm going to see if I can... I'm just going to tin my iron first. What's the damn end of it? Oh, it's sellotaped. Right. I need to tin it before it oxidizes. I'm not even in the view, am I? Sorry. I had to zoom in though, because you won't see a damn thing. Put plenty of solder on that. Actually, I should move my board out of the way because it's going to get splattered maybe with... So I want my pointy tool, which is here, because I'm really going to have to have a tidy up here sometime. Let me just move this down a bit. It's hard to adjust this when it's zoomed in so much. Right. Am I going to destroy it? Possibly. Well, it's a big diode, so I should be alright. And we've got to heat both ends up quickly. So then don't go off. I'm stick the pointy tool underneath it because I need it to lift off quickly. Ah, there we go, I've got it. Yay, it came off. Right. That's how you do it. It's stuck in that corner now. Ah, it's hot. Ah. Right, I've got the diode off. Let's see if it's any good. Ah, trick that stuff over there because that's junk. Right. Ah, get it in the middle. It's upside down at the moment. Right, is this diode any good? It might help to zoom out. Turn my meter back on. Put it on the side so you can see. I don't even. Oh, it's in the shade. Hang on. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, maybe you can. Ah, it's on its side, but right. Any good? Oh, no good. Bloody small, this thing. Stay. I hate these things. They're so big and tiny. Well, we've got 5.26 that way. Oops. Oh. I don't know if it flipped around on me. It probably did. Let's do it again. Right. Right, so nothing that way. Five point two. 5.28. That's because it's cooling down. The resistance is going up. So we got 5.28 one way, nothing the other way. So yeah, I think this will work. So turn it around. Okay, without flipping it around and confusing myself, I need to put a red dot on it so I know which is I need to put a line or something on it. I don't know if it's got a line on it. I can't see. It's so big and small. Can't tell. Doesn't seem to have a mark on it, but it's definitely a diode. I hope it's the right one. So I'm going to scrape. Let me get my knife. I'm going to hold it in my pliers. I'm just going to scratch a line in it so I can't see which is the line end, because I'm going to drop the damn thing. I see it coming. Right, do as that show up. Yeah, I can see a little line now. I don't know if you can see that, but I made a little line on it because the number's not even the right one, but let's zoom in. You can just see a little. Right, I'm going to try and get this on the right way around. Oh dear me. I'm not taking the other one off. I'm leaving it in situ because like I said, if I do come across the replacement, a proper diode, I will put the right one in. But at the moment, what I'm planning on doing is putting some wire, because there's nothing around it. Look, there's nothing around it, so I'm going to put it on the side of it. I've got an idea what I can do. I'll get some of my copper tape. That will work. Perfect. So if I get my copper tape, let's get this lined up. Right. Oops. Right, so there's the diode that's bad. Right. I have this copper tape. I'm going to make 2 tracks up for mounting the other diode on instead of using wire. This is my copper conductive tape, and we're going to make some new tracks for this other diode, right? Oh, I think I flipped it around again. I'll have to check it again in a minute. Right, so get my copper tape, this stuff. Oops, don't want to drop it. I don't want much, I only want about 1/4 inch, something like that. I'll go a bit generous because, right, 1, 2. I've got 2 pieces. Yeah, I can buy this online if you look. Copper conductive sticky back tape. Right, so get my tweezers. I want the other ones. It might help to zoom out because I can't keep moving the camera around. Right, wrong way. Right, so if I get my tape and grab the end of it somehow. Because I'm not taking the other one out, I'm leaving it in. It's open circuit, so it's not shorted. It's open circuit, so it's not going to do anything. Right, is that my other copper tape? Where is it? Yeah, that's my other piece. Right, well, we're going to stick this copper tape. I've just chucked my diode over. Let me move it out of the way so I don't lose it. Right. Because this is all insulated, this bit. This bit of board, there's no tracks, so let me just put that there. This tape's too wide. Right, okay, I'm going to cut it in half. It didn't look so big until I put it on the board. Everything looks so big and small on the board. Right, so let's cut it right down the middle. Right, I've got 2 strips. That should work. I don't even need the other one now because I split it in 2. Right, I stick it on there. Right, and we'll solder to it in a minute. Put that there like that. See, I've got a copper track now for my diode. I need another one, which is on the scissors, stuck to the scissors. I'll stick that one on there. So technically I'm not removing anything off the board. I'm just adding. There we go. So I've got 2 tracks for this other diode to test out an idea. And that way, if it doesn't work out, right, all I have to do is pull it and rip the all of it off without even touching that diode. But I think it's going to work out. So the first step is to solder the tape to the other diode. My hand's gone to sleep. Right, switch it back on. It's all set to 290, yeah. Right, I want to wait for that to get warmed up. It's gone cold on me. Before I put the diode on, I've got to make sure I've got it right way around again because it keeps spinning around on me and I can't see which way around it is now. You know, it'd be funny if I heated soldered the copper tape to it, this old diode, and it came back to life, it would be very funny. I've seen that happen before. Diodes are very unpredictable. Right, let's just clean my iron up, because it's looking a bit manky. Oh, guess what I forgot? Guess what I forgot? Flux. Right, see if we can do this. Right, that one's done. Just so that you can see better, I'm going to turn it around. Right, that's on. Turn you around again. Ow! Touch the iron. That's hot. I've never jumped so much in all my life. It was only quick, but I felt it. Right, so is that iron, sorry, is that diode connected to that copper tape? Right, we'll find out. Zoom out. It's in the shadow, isn't it? Right. Yeah. The other way around. I think that diode's come back to life. I told you the heat has brought that diode back. See, it's come back to life. That's what happens when you solder stuff sometimes. They just come back to life. Look at that, it's reading. That diode was open circuit before. Oh, well, I'm gonna put the other diode in parallel to it. Right. So that way, if it goes open again, the other one's gonna keep it going. Right. Yeah. Stop moving around with you. I just want to get the right way around. Right, that wants to be flipped around. Yeah. I just hope I'm right about this. If I'm wrong, I'll be really disappointed. So we're going to flux that. Actually, I don't need to use my flux, do I? I just put some frigging solder on the damn thing. Right. Get my tweezers. Don't you flip on me. Otherwise I've got to check again, see which way around you are. Hang on. I'm trying to get it positioned. Where's my rubber gone? Why am I using the rubber? Well, because I won't burn my finger. And the rubber will stop it from jumping out on me and flying across the room. Right, that end's stuck on because it didn't lift off. Now turn it around. Right, it's definitely soldered on. Oh, it's cockeyed. Oh, it doesn't matter. As long as it works. It moved. Right. The other end's soldered, so right, it's pressed down as well, so that's on. Right, let's see if that diode let's see if we get a good reading. It's not going to fail again, is it? It's got two diodes now. Right. 0.482. It's going up or going up because it's cooling down. And we get a slight reading of 1 volt on the other direction. I had nothing before. I was checking this before. That was completely open. So yeah, I think we're in business. I hope so. Anyway, I'm going to pause while I put this back together again and plug it in and see if it actually works. Well, I wasn't going to film this bit, but I might as well. I can't see sockets at the top. Can't get the other one. Come here, bugger. It's got stuck in this freaking hole. Incidentally, for anyone that doesn't know, you will never open up these drives because once you let the air in or the dust in, they're ruined. That's it. You've got to use what's called a clean room or a special cabinet that's filtered air, because a speck of dust destroys the drive. They've got a special filter on these to let the air pressure in and out. Doesn't allow any crap to go in. It's like a tiny little dot somewhere on here, so the air pressure equalizes inside the drive, but dust can't get in. That's why they put on it, if this sticker's removed, warranty is invalid or something. These screws are so freaking tiny. I hope this works. I hope it's not going to blow up on me. No, it won't. it's too low current. It's only 1 amp, isn't it? I think this drive uses about 1 amp or something. So let's see. Right, am I zoomed right out? Yeah, right, so the diode's on the other side. You can't even see it now. It's upside down. So I'm going to try this out. So I've actually been watching a guy who fixes these things for a living. And he gave me the idea what to look for, because I've honestly have never fixed a hard drive before. Hey, that's the point. If this works, that'll be the very first hard drive I've ever fixed. Right. So yeah, the guy was on about these diodes always failing. So I thought, I wonder if that could be it, because I never thought. So I'm minimizing this because if the hard drive works, you'll see a window pop up on the screen. So I'm going to go over there. I'm going to go, I've zoomed too much now. I'm going to go over there and plug it in and see if it comes on. If it does, you'll see a window pop up. Right, let's plug it into the caddy. Oh, this plug-in thing has got a weird... I have to adjust the damn footprint for the socket. Oh, there it is. But the socket doesn't line up properly. Hang on. Let me make sure I haven't bent anything. It's alright. Right. Are we plugged in? Yeah. Is it going to work? No. Try it again. Nothing. Why? That diode was on the circuit. Yeah, come on. Let's try again, unless it's just... I heard the head move. Try again. No. It's toast. Doesn't want to work. It's exactly the same as it was. I am completely disappointed. The only other thing could be is capacitors. There could be some bad capacitors in it. Anyway, I give up. It's not worth it. Let's face it. It's only a 30 gigabyte hard drive, right? 30 gigabyte? That's nothing these days. I was hoping to get that rescue image off here, but it's no big loss really. There was everything that was on it was copied. Most of the files that I copied off the main computer onto that one. You know, like my usual tools I used. But I was just curious if we could get it back to life. I really was interested in saving it if I could. Well, it doesn't detect the disk's spinning, but if I go to my disks, it's not in there. All my other hard drives are, all these are partitions and stuff, and it's not in there anywhere. There should be 2 extra partitions at the bottom down here somewhere, but it's not there. Well, at least I didn't do something wrong, because it would have blown up if that diode was in the wrong way around, wouldn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.